Style. I'm pretty sure everyone who's played a video game before has wanted to do something stylish. I mean, not just play the game well, but do something impressive. Something that makes everyone watching stop and acknowledge what you just did. There are countless examples of this. I mean, hell, for a while Call of Duty videos were just that, just sick ass clips of I don't even know how that even hit. But that's in the multiplayer environment. But what about single player? Arcades kinda had it with high scores, but it would be difficult to pinpoint since a lot of those games had some sort of exploit that you could just beat the entire game with without even dying once. Not all the time, but still, that happened.
I mean, seriously, look at my boy Cody over here. How are you gonna stop this man?
Even though there was still a lot of cool stuff, the game didn't really care for it. Games never really rewarded behavior like this or encouraged it. It was mostly the player's own interest to do something cool. That is, until years after the age of arcades. Today, we're going to look at these types of games. Games with style rankings, or end of combat and stage rankings. Games that pushed for mechanical depth over really anything else going on for them. And also, I'll take this opportunity to just talk as much shit as I want here, just for funsies. With the first game that pushed for most optimal play and even ranked you for it. You all know what I'm talking about. You all love it. The one and only.
Let's rock, baby.
Rising Zen, the Samurai Gunman.
Yeah, this kinda did it first. Rising Zen is an interesting game. I discovered it was kind of like the grandfather of character action games. It's on the PlayStation 1, so if you ever want to play it, like, temper your expectation. It's from 1999. The game is extremely unserious. It's kind of funny how similar it's going to be to one of the other games that we're going to see in a bit. The game predates Devil May Cry with a character that has a sword and a gun by 2 years. Fighting against different types of demons, I think. I don't remember the story too well because, I mean, it barely really has one. It also even has a devil trigger ability and special moves with directional inputs, and one of them is indeed a stinger. Dante's got, like, better lawyer the fuck up, dude. A parry, a side dodge, and gameplay wise it was just ahead of its time, and definitely ahead of the hardware.
Kill me, father.
It's a bit rough around the edges, and a bit is being very kind to it. All the mechanics presented are really fun. You can't really do any combos or have crazy movement, but it provides an early look at what would evolve into some of the most fun gaming experiences in a couple of years. The game rewards you with a longer empowered form the better you play, and really the only reward you get for playing good is a really sick animation for killing the boss, I guess. I never really got to see these though, because I kept failing quick time events and the game kept calling me a chicken for not being good enough. No character upgrades, just a lot of stages with new gimmicks, but the game definitely does contain some nasty kills for the PlayStation 1. You could say this game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore.
Let's rock, baby.
I think everyone knows the story by now. Capcom wanted to make Resident Evil 4, but the development for it... Fine, I'll tell you the truth instead. Capcom back in the day were trying a lot of different things. Mainly because two of their best directors had passed away. Shinji Mikami had passed away from smoking, and Hideki Kamiya had passed away from secondhand smoking. Oh, wow. To fix this, Capcom had decided to make a deal with Mephisto. So, they began doing some blood summonings. Of course, having to sacrifice the entire development team of Power Stone, Darkstalkers, and the entirety of the Dino Crisis team. In turn, Mephisto would bring... Jesus. In turn, Mephisto would bring back Shinji Mikami and Hideki Kamiya, although Shinji had now an obsession with making a game about punching people in the face, and Hideki Kamiya wanted to block people everywhere. Of course, using the blood sacrifice to then birth Adi Shankar. And Kamiya, using his newfound hatred for demons, decided to make Devil May Cry 1.
DMC 1 in retrospect is very simple compared to everything else that comes after it, from the story to the gameplay. And at the time, it was the coolest. And it still kinda is. A simple revenge story with probably the cheesiest set of lines I have ever seen, which honestly hits better than whatever the voice direction and writing for RE1, 2, and 3 was like.
There are terrible demons. Ouch!
Looking back at it, Malay Island is such a weird idea, because like, what do you mean Mundus owned an island? Is it recognized by the UN as a sovereign state? What did he do in that island? Should we look into the Mundus files? As for the gameplay, it was completely sold of the idea of High Time into Ebony and Ivory and into Stinger. And that was enough to get me hooked, man. Compared to later titles, the game does not have the enemy step cancels or style switch, weapon switch combos. But hey, see that marionette over there? Go ahead and hit him.
That shit hits harder than the secondhand embarrassment I get from watching the DMC anime. And that's pretty high secondhand embarrassment.
There is a level of satisfaction that might never be replicated. When you hit enemies in this game, it always felt really good. Not to mention that the game was pretty difficult. I know some of you are giving me the fucking side eye right now, but refuse to cheese through this game with the goddamn rocket launcher, because I actually like fighting enemies, okay? I get that the rocket launcher is fucking overpowered, but if you think it ruins the game, just don't use it. Like, it's really simple, honestly. And for styling, it was basically a combo meter. You didn't have to worry about getting hit because it never broke the combo. Didn't have to vary it up either. You just could DT and shoot enemies until you got a stylish rank. It was fun, honestly. I don't really mind it. I also like the Devil Hunter aspect of this game. How the enemies have certain interactions you can have with them that can insta-kill. As for bosses, this game didn't have too many. Not a gallery like we got in DMC 3, but what it had was very memorable. Phantom is probably an all-time favorite and basically a nemesis type enemy. Nello Angelo was genuinely so cool the first time I met him. Like, yo, I can't explain cool to you, but if I had to show you cool, I would just point at a picture of Nello Angelo. Griffin was also just fun, even though he made the game into a fucking tuhu bullet hell. Like, when is it my turn, you feather-faced fuck? And Nightmare, yeah, fuck this guy. Like who cares? Like, I don't mind him too much, but fuck, like, who gives a shit? Who fights Nightmare and goes, yay? Like, genuine. Back to Nello Angelo, I find it so interesting that he never got the Nello Angelo fight title. Like, we now call every rival fight a Virgil fight. But Nello Angelo was the first Virgil fight. Why don't we refer to him for that? Actually, that's completely a lie, because Sonic and Shadow did it first, so we should call it a Shadow fight, actually.
Faker!
Also, dude, just put the helmet back on, bro. Just no one wants to see your fucking reboot-ass haircut. And one last thing. How did Virgil survive being reduced into fucking atoms? How? Cause like, can you kill these Sparta boys at this point? Are they even like... Hold on, just give me a sec. I gotta talk to someone about this.
Hey, man.
Thanks for calling. Things have been kind of hard for me recently.
Oh, really?
My grandma starved to death last night, and
So look, honestly, I wish I could talk about that right now, but I'm a bit in a hurry. Look, I called you to ask you a question.
okay.
So we both know that in Devil May Cry. So back in Devil May Cry 3, Dante basically splits Virgil in fucking two, and his regeneration is so fast that he just lives and keeps going. In Devil May Cry 1, Dante and Virgil meet again as, you know, Dante and fucking Nello Angelo. Nello Angelo at the end starts tweaking so hard that he gets reduced to atoms, right? And then somehow he still is able to resurrect himself in Devil May Cry 5, even though there is literally nothing left of him in 1. So I ask you, there is no way of killing these Sparta boys. How the fuck does Clive from Final Fantasy, I don't know which one, fucking kill Dante in Death Battle? Explain that shit to me, cause I'm about to fucking go nuclear.
I mean, what you're saying sounds pretty cool and all, but I just recently watched the Devil May Cry show by visionary Adi Shankar on Netflix, and I think Dante getting his ass beat by anything that lives and breathes might just be more accurate.
Starvation didn't kill your grandmother. It was me. And next, it's gonna be you.
Welcome to Malay Island, a beautiful resort for you and your family. Of course, not to be confused with the other island. We would never eat small children here. We only sacrifice them to our Lord and Savior Mundus. That doesn't make it any better for you? Go fuck yourself.
I'd like to bring up this game's aesthetic. I genuinely think that this game has the best aesthetic out of all of the Devil May Cry games. It's only really replicated in Devil May Cry 3, and I think it's because they use a similar soundtrack, or I might be just hallucinating this shit. I don't know how to describe the aesthetic. It's like an ancient evil style of Gothic, and with the choice of enemies and the areas, it makes the game feel a lot more sinister, a lot more malevolent, and it's kind of spooky. Did you see that? What the fuck? Not to mention the promotional material, the box art. God, like, the box art for different regions, it looks amazing in every single one. I don't care. The level design as well is just like really, really good. Sometimes it's kind of bland, sure. Like, there are places that I don't care much for, but then sometimes it just hits you with really, really cool imagery. And I love it. Man, I hope things keep going well for this new IP. It's got a lot of
Devil May Cry 2.
Man, we all know how things went. Capcom outsources, the devs neglect it, and poor Itsuno, who wants to make Dragon's Dogma, gets shafted and told that he can totally savage this game in only 4 months. So it's easy to say that this game did not do too well. It's bad, but there's no point in hating on it, so I'm just gonna try and look at all the positives and what this game did right. Unfortunately, it's very little. Well, Gunslinger was basically born from this game. Ebony and Ivory got the twosome time ability, and Rainstorm was also born here, although it looks extremely fucking scuffed. The Devil Trigger customization and the different moveset was pretty cool. I still think Million Stab is really sick looking in this game, and the lightning strike on one of these strings is awesome. Sin Devil Trigger is in this, which I find very cool as well. Never got to use it or figure out what it actually does, but I really like the design. Dante's look in this game is actually quite good. He looks a lot more detailed. He also looks depressed, which honestly, if I saw my fucking brother turn into a pile of dust in front of me, I would also be. There's I'm struggling here. Oh, I like how in retrospect the story is just another Tuesday for Dante, and how depressed he looks works with the timeline of the game, giving the idea that he is tired and sad that his brother passed away, but unfortunately, that's not enough to make this game any good. DMC2 is unfortunately a boring game to go through. If you want to experience peak DMC2, get to the chopper fight and thank me. I just stole the game right now. It's a cocooning phase for what will bloom into a beautiful franchise. Did you say beautiful? No, I did not say beautiful.
Viewtiful Joe.
I was not ready for this game. Viewtiful Joe was another Kamiya game. I, with my huge balls, decided to play this one on adult difficulty. Because for some reason, I couldn't take the disrespect from a 23-year-old game, and I, with a big smile on my face, can say that I absolutely beat this game within a month. Viewtiful Joe is goofy. It doesn't take itself seriously, but like everything that Kamiya makes, it's a very honest and sweet experience, although it's still a very tough one. Joe has to use his powers given by Captain Blue, which is a fucking movie character, to go through a number of movies and look badass. Saving his girlfriend is completely secondary, by the way, because he doesn't remember. Because he completely forgets about her until about like halfway through the game. The gameplay is fairly simple. Kicks and punches buttons with the stick letting you dodge up and down. It focuses on you using your VFX bar to score V points. Enemies will attack high or low, and you have to dodge, then punish them. If you do that in slow-mo, even better. Try and chain slow-mo hits as well and score even more. The game doesn't have a style meter, but I think it's the first game that grades you after each fight. We'll see a couple other games that do this later. Even if you get a passing grade in this game, like a B, it will still call you bad. It also grades you on how much time you take on puzzles, and I think puzzles are what have been whooping my ass so much, because apparently I'm a fucking idiot. The bosses, they absolutely wrecked my shit. But they are all so cool, and pretty damn memorable. One of them is fucking Alistair from Devil May Cry 1. And it's just a guy who just does stingers and air raids and all that stuff. And I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. And then the game just tosses him aside like he's nothing.
Is this it? Am I done for? You're kidding, right? Oh, come on, no!
He even does a Devil May Cry 1 cover art pose, like, he's so cool, he's so cool. I love it, I adore it, yes. The game has a lot of quirky enemies, some that almost made me quit because I did not understand what they wanted from me. Like, they attack high and then low, and then high and then low. And the game doesn't let you know this, so you're just kind of like stuck going, this guy just did 4 attacks at the same time, and he's not getting stunned by me dodging any of them. Bosses that might take too long to beat. I'm looking at you, Davidson. I know you're in the house. I know you're born to be wild, but please, fucking die. But I got it done. And Viewtiful Joe has now a new fan. I thought Viewtiful Joe was an insanely fun experience. It's just dumb fun, but it's still damn fun. What do you mean he's back?
Devil May Cry's a rockin', baby, yeah!
No, you're not! I also went through VJ2, and because of how well it went the first time, I also played this one on adults. It's a bit messier compared to 1, but it was just more Viewtiful Joe, and I liked it. But I do want to talk about Alistair again, because he comes back in this game, and well, he basically just turns into a devil, like, straight up, and tries to impale Joe like he does Dante in Devil May Cry 1, and Joe just dodges it. So I guess Joe just clears Dante in a fight, that's for sure. And man, what a great IP. I'm so glad it's doing great today, man. Kamiya, you better give us VJ3. You promised it, you son of a bitch. I then decided that now would be a perfect time to play some Darkest Dungeon and actually finish it.
I am never finishing this video, am I?
Sweet dreams.
This is the one. This is the gold standard. This is my favorite Devil May Cry. And it's not because it plays the best, not because it looks the best, but because I say so. I might genuinely love everything about this game, and I can't pinpoint if it is from a nostalgic point of view or if this game is just genuinely that good. So I ask you, viewer, if I were to show you DMC3 for the very first time in your life, let you experience the environment, the music, the aesthetic, and just general vibe of the game, could you tell if this, at a glance, is a classic? Cause to me, it seems like it just is. I think it all starts with Dante. I adore his design in this. It fits really, really well with the rebellious persona he shows off at the start of the game. And his new sword, appropriately named Rebellion, is just pure hell yeah energy, and I'm all here for it. Just so we're clear, you put a fucking skull or anything skeletal on any design, and you will have my seal of approval. That coat is peak, and the animation of him putting it on in Mission 2 sold me so hard on the game. Like, and just that first cutscene, man. I remember, I was a scaredy cat when I was younger. And the moment I saw my character get impaled by 5 dudes, pause, I skipped it and missed out on absolute peak. The cutscenes in general are a masterclass in their own right. I don't know any other game that has style oozing out of it during cutscenes like this. Like, genuinely, these action scenes are just absolute cinema. DMC4 Dante is stupid fun, and his fight scene with Nero is genuinely amazing, but they don't even come close to DMC3, mostly because DMC3 had so many great cutscenes, and DMC4 only had like maybe 2 or 3. The story as well is just perfect. No other word to describe it. 4 members of 2 different families fighting amongst each other to either save or destroy the only remaining member of their respective bloodline. And the events of the game teach Dante to care for family. It's enough to make a fucking grown man cry, man. But enough of that. Gameplay. I love the way Dante feels to control, the way enemies react to attacks. The style system is born here with Swordmaster, Trickster, Royal Guard, and Gunslinger. Swordmaster alone gives you so much opportunities for combos, but to go beyond that, you'd need to play the Switch freestyle version or play Crimson, which is the modded version of the game. This game is well preserved, and rightfully so. It is absolutely iconic. I love almost every single enemy in this game. Everyone does a great job here. Round of applause for everyone except you! Fuck you!
Oh, so you hate me. I didn't know it was like
Go back inside the wall you phased in from! You sorry ethereal excuse for a Sin Scissors replacement. Pathetic!
Just wait, motherfucker. I'll be back in Devil May Cry 6 and I will whoop your fucking...
The fodder scythe enemies kind of carry. They always are fun to beat up, and I know that most of the enemies in the game are reskins of them, but I don't find that to be a particular issue of the game. I actually think that's great. What I'm trying to say is that I like fighting these enemies, no matter if they are reskins or not. As a matter of fact, I like 70% of all enemies in this game. So, yeah. Then there's the bosses. Like, genuinely, I love every boss fight. Yeah, sure, I love every boss fight in this game. Like, here's my favorites. Beowulf, Virgil, Nevin, Agni, and Rudra. All the others are very much serviceable, and I have basically no issue with any of them. And the weapons you get from them are so fucking cool. And please, Nevin, the kids miss you. Come back to me. Again, to clarify, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her. Finally being able to switch between them on the fly to create cool-ass combos. God bless on the fly weapon switching. Like, this is genuinely, like, game-changing. In my final moments of my life, while I lay on my deathbed, I'd like the last person to hold my hand To not be a person, actually, I'd like it to be Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening, Special Edition, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. I don't really have a segue for this next part, so, God of War. This will be short. Not that I don't like God of War, but because the franchise doesn't really focus on what we're interested in. I mean, hell, the games nowadays don't even have a jump button. Oh my fucking god. God of War 1 was heavily inspired by DmC 1, and it shows. Honestly, it does an amazing job at pushing the envelope on its own side, getting the air combos right, the weapon switching, and the powers. It's quite strong stuff. I think God of War is a very strong alternative, focusing more on combos rather than style and varying things up with puzzles, although I'm sure I can go without some of the puzzles presented in this game. But God of War 1 is very different. Heavier difficulty, more ruthless, and it's way more gritty than it is stylish, and it gets my seal of approval for it. It's still a combo meter, so it counts. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a big God of War guy, so let me just see what is next. Holy shit, I get to talk about God Hand! I love this game. I don't understand my obsession with this game. It must be because there will never be another God Hand. This game does things in its own weird way. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. This game operates on tank controls. It uses the right stick to dodge, has a combo customization system, has a huge list of moves that you can buy and equip in any slot of your buttons, and it also gets harder and more rewarding the better you play. God Hand must be the most odd game to play for a first timer. But when you put in the time and effort to get comfortable and learn the game inside and out, you feel like $1,000,000 playing it. This game has a level meter, raising when you do damage, dodge attacks, or taunt. It also raises when you counter hit enemies, and we'll get to that because there's not a single other game that does counter hits in this list. But the higher it goes, the more difficult the game gets, with it reaching the hardest on level die, where a lot of your crutches stop working and you have to rely on actual skill. Scrub. Supers on your roulette wheels exist, which are so fun and unserious, but like, I love kicking people into the Milky Way. That doesn't even make sense, but you know. And the God Hand. Invincible, extra damage, fast attacks. Most of the time leading to a pummel attack, sort of like Resident Evil 4 stun attacks. Now, back to counter hits. This is the only one of these games where if you hit an enemy right before they hit you, you get extra effects, making a lot of opportunities for very sick plays. Not to say the game isn't hard. This is a super difficult game when it wants to be. As a degree of randomness, it will either make your life easy or eat you alive. Enemy types are plenty, and you'll need to learn all of them if you want to really style on these dudes. And if you don't, you're gonna need to grovel for your fucking life, dude. As for bosses, they are hit or miss, but I feel the majority feel really nice to fight. Elvis and Azazel especially. The game treats the story like a theater play, a comedic one. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and I find that to be very charming. It doesn't care about story or graphics or honestly just industry standards at all, because at the end of the day, this game was made with one thing in mind, and it's I want to make sure that when people punch motherfuckers in this game, it feels good. And guess what? It succeeds. Like, hands down, one of the best and tightest gameplay experiences I have ever had, and still continues to be such an awesome and fun game to play around with. In this world, there are two types of people. People who have played and enjoyed God Hand, and people who don't know about it yet. There is a third type of people that we don't really talk about. That is because these are people who know about God Hand but refuse to play it. These are in fact not people and are actually troglodytes disguised as people who deep in their heart have nothing but cowardice. So the least we talk about them, the better. You wouldn't be one of those people, would you? I was about to go to the next generation of games. You know, the Xbox and the PlayStation 3. But then I thought to myself, is this all the stylish video games that are on the PlayStation 2? There has to be one missing, at least one. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider. Now you might say, what do you mean Ghost Rider? You know, Ghost Rider. Yeah, so I'm as surprised as you are, really. I have no idea how this game came to be. I've always felt like they were working on a God of War style game and somehow landed on Devil May Cry. But that can't be true considering they have a literal style meter. So I checked who directed the game. And it's the same dude that made Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Now you might say, oh, it's a Silent Hill game, it must be bad. That's one of the better ones. Like, that is a good Silent Hill game. That's not from Team Silent. Mark Simmons knows ball. I want to say the game doesn't really evolve the genre, but this game has launchers, air combos, taunts, a shotgun button, a block button that allows for different moves, a devil trigger, a screen clear, and a God of War grab. Like, this game is pretty good. Something I completely failed to mention while writing the script is the fact that this game has enemies that don't take any damage until you attain a certain rank, which is actually an amazing idea that doesn't get explored again until DmC Devil May Cry. So I take it all back. This game absolutely evolves the genre and is honestly such a sick game that looks amazing as well. I want to start by saying that I love Devil May Cry 4. I think it's an awesome game. I love its art style. I love the designs of all the characters and all the enemies and bosses. But unfortunately, I have definitely overplayed this fucking game. I have played this game 4 times in the span of 2 years. And I'm tired. I'd be fine with this game if it wasn't so repetitive, but it's the little things that make it such a chore to get through. But no matter, because this game is a huge leap in mechanical depth. DMC4 introduces Nero, and he is a very fun character. His only weapon, Red Queen, has so much utility alone with a huge moveset, and it's kind of refreshing to not have to change weapons every 2 seconds. And his Buster single-handedly creates some of the hypest moments in this game. Get it? Single-handedly? Because, like, it's one arm and... Oh my god! I'm so sorry! And Dante kinda reaches his final form here, leaving out the restriction of only one style to choose from for a mission to just, switch between them whenever you fucking like. But I find there's a lot of things to nitpick from this game, and I am a very picky person. The enemies have a weird hitbox, so it's annoying to combo them. Some of these enemies are fucking painful. I'm looking at you, Chimera. Dante feels off. He's missing some stuff, but he's overall way too powerful for the base game. The backtracking through the game is fucking annoying, man. It's genuinely the main reason I get tired of this game, but I feel the payoff is great because all the bosses in this game, although not many, are quite fun, except for you. Especially Kratos. God damn, the fact that we don't get to fight Kratos as Dante unless we play Bloody Palace. But yeah, DMC4. Wish there was more gaming to be had, but I like the story at least. It's nowhere near as powerful as 3, but using it to introduce Nero gives us a huge payoff down the line. It only takes 10 years and absolute desperation for that payoff to come, but that doesn't mean we were left empty-handed for good games in the meantime. I feel bad, and also kind of thankful that I had never finished Bayonetta, and only played like 3 stages before starting this video. It is a fucking blessing, because although I didn't finish it for this video, I will happily play through it after I finish making said video. Kamiya just does it again, putting on a clinic and directing and down battery. Bayonetta feels so particularly stylish and refreshing, and it's got a very different aesthetic to DMC. Then you have the excellent gameplay that just cleans out the opposition, man. It is so smooth. It's so good.
This soundtrack makes you feel like the baddest bitch ever. The enemies are hard enough to fight that when you're actually doing well, you feel like a fucking god. And I genuinely think that these types of games are made so much better by the smaller things that happen in them. Punishment moves are so fun to do. The torture attacks are sick as fuck. The way she kissed the combat seal open is so charming. This game has so much charm. Or maybe I'm just falling in love. Cause I'm not gonna lie, Kamiya was cooking. My friend saw me playing this and said it was a gooner game. I don't believe so. Bayonetta might be very fan service heavy, but it's done in a very honest and respectful way. I see fashion in the character, the type of seduction that you only would see from someone way out of your league, and out of anyone's league. Plus, the game never really disrespects Bayonetta and keeps her on that pedestal. Bayonetta ranks you on your combat after it's done, similarly to Viewtiful Joe. It has a huge moveset, a practice mode, a fuck ton of challenges, and secret encounters you can play, as well as a ton of items, different weapons, moves, tech, and combo possibility. God, I cannot wait to get back into it. The game is definitely getting a video on its own sometime soon, but for now, we're going to keep enjoying some of that platinum excellence. I know, does not fit the bill, but it's my video and it will be relevant later, I promise. Vanquish might not have a style meter or end of combat stage rank, but it has sauce. It's innovative in its own domain. I genuinely believe that without Vanquish, movement shooters would not be what they are today. This game just pushes the envelope and says, just slide, shoot, and mid-air shot, do cool shit, stop fucking camping in the corner like a little bitch, and inspired a ton of different shooters. I'm sure Titanfall is one of them, and I think without it, we would have never gotten a very specific robo game. Bullseye! Give me your liver! I like this game. Not too much though. I think the shenanigans of Metal Gear fit perfectly in a character action game, and the way gameplay is done in this game is fantastic. Although, maybe a bit limiting. It feels like the game doesn't really want you to do combos and experiment, and rather just wants you to slash people in half and steal their fucking spleen. Which is still fun as hell, but it has worn off on me. I still love this game, and I have played through it multiple times, but I don't think it pushes things much for the character action game genre. Don't get me wrong, it has some of the best boss fights and the enemies are all fun to fight, but I also don't understand how the game expects me to get an S rank when it throws dudes with guns and RPGs at me and doesn't telegraph any of their attacks. It's just odd. Plus, there's not really a way to stop a dude from hitting you with an RPG shot, to my knowledge. Good game, me like. Also, its cultural relevance on the internet seems to never fade, so that's a plus. Also, just an amazing fucking soundtrack. And please shut the fuck up!
Now, we've had some quick fire rounds these past few games. I didn't have much to say about them, mostly because a lot of them I've already covered before, or I want to play them on their own time. But this next one, it's going to get heated.
Now, I genuinely believe in my heart of hearts that this is a good game, that anyone can jump into and have a fun time. But I hate it!
Calm down, Jamal.
And I think my hate stems specifically from one thing. Dante. Or rather, Dante. It's hard for me to explain why I hate this character without sounding like an asshole, but I shall make an attempt. I would never be able to get along with Dante. I would never wish him any fucking good or success in the world because this motherfucker is an asshole. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since you've began to exist. There are 100,000 kilometers of arteries, veins, and microscopic capillaries in my body. If the word hate was written on every millimeter of those, it would not even come near equal 1/1 billionth of the hate that I have for you. Hate! Hate!
Whoa, calm down, Jamal.
I hate the way that he walks. I hate the way that he talks. I hate the way that he dresses. I hate his smug face, and he's genuinely stupid and ugly.
I gotta sit here and stare into his ugly ass eyes. It's like reliving a nightmare every single goddamn day, son.
There is this scene where Dante saves this fucking guy, this blue dude, and Dante just tells him, oh, I'm here to kill the demon named Mundus. And the guy goes,
and if you do kill Mundus, who would take his place?
and you can see the toilet inside of Dante's fucking head flush, because that's all there is in there, dude. And because I wish for this character's downfall, I can't even enjoy the story. Not like there's a single character I even care for in this story anyways. I can't point to anyone here and tell you that they are cool. I give not a single fuck about anyone in this game. On the other hand, the gameplay is pretty solid. There are quite a few aspects of this game that I find to be quite nice in all honesty. Although a bit stiff, this game feels snappy. I like the combos that Dante has, and I do enjoy how the camera is dynamic during them. I like the hit sounds, and some of the newly added special moves are quite fun. Reverse bullet rain is an awesome move if you ask me, but I find it more and more difficult to say good things about the gameplay, because so much of it is made unenjoyable because of the level design. Oh man, I love chasing flying enemies while having to worry about them flying away from the fighting arena and making me fall into the void. I love doing air combos only to get interrupted by a train on the roof, or a fucking amusement park ride, or interrupted by a witch putting a fucking shield on the enemy I was beating on, or having to play the most boring version of the game because now I have to use the demon weapons, which are slow and boring, to beat up this red enemy. Please stop restricting my gameplay. It is so frustrating. I think the stages are visually impressive and amazing. It's amazing what they are able to do with this game, but they are painful to look at. I don't know how people look at this without their retinas being burnt to a fucking crisp. Also, boss fights are kinda meh. And as for enemies, color-coded enemies are terrible, man. The demon weapons already feel so sluggish and have little to no combo application. Why do I have to use them? Angel weapons are way too strong and overshadow everything. I like Rebellion. I think it's pretty good. Styling is easy in this game. The style meter works just fine. Maybe it gives out S's too easily, but it's whatever. Oh yeah, and the worst devil trigger ever. Just remember that that's a thing. Also, no taunts. Why? Devil May Cry 4 gave us fucking like 1,000,000 taunts. But this game, not a single taunt. I tried talking about the things that I liked, but there's just not much here. I'm sorry. Oh, and by the way, there's your combo. Oh, I actually didn't write this in the script. The music kind of goes hard in certain places. Specifically, Lilith's Club. This shit's a bop. You get the idea. My god, this game. I think that DMC 5 is the peak of character action games, and also a wonderful celebration of them as well as a celebration of Devil May Cry. The story is made for DMC fans to enjoy, something to be happy about. The gameplay and sheer amount of complexity and mechanical depth is made for combo mad enthusiasts, and the sheer love that was put into this game is amazing, and I feel it every time I play through it. And then I have to play a V mission, and man, like, V is so annoying to play as. I think he's cool story-wise, but as a playable character, not so much.
And the only real issue I have with the game is the fact that I have to play so much V. If I could play as Dante or Nero through any of his missions, I probably would have zero issues with the game. But V is like a massive fucking asteroid that hit this game, and there's no way around. Oh, never mind. Germa got him. Thanks, Germa.
I'm gonna strangle your parents!
On the other hand, man, what a fucking video game. This might be an all-star enemy roster. Godlike movesets, fun as fuck bosses, and an absolute banger soundtrack. Yes, even V's soundtrack is amazing. As for styling, it's the same as ever really. Doesn't change at all here since it's all variation and volume. It feels very refined here though, and for the first time there's an ability that uses your style meter, which is sick. We need more of that really. Finally, DMC gets a practice mode where you can spend 4 hours of your day just creating combos. It's actually kind of addicting. But yeah man, combos are fun. There are so many moves, and combining them together allows for so much character expression. I adore it. And then there's the Virgil DLC, which is basically just celebrating the success of the game. Like, just listen to Bury the Light and tell me it's not a celebration of Devil May Cry. It's fucking 9 minutes long, and it goes unnecessarily hard. I would like to talk about the fact that there's so many goddamn moves and mechanics for both Nero and Dante that all the buttons on a regular ass controller have now been used up. Like, what are we gonna do for Devil May Cry 6? What new moves are we going to get? Cause there's no space for him, dude. Well, the truth is, we're probably gonna get a new director, therefore new mechanics, and probably big change in how gameplay works. So that is if we get a Devil May Cry 6. But man, I love playing around with like the amount of moves that this game has. Every time like I boot up and I go into the training mode, I just kind of sit there and try and figure out what move do I want to focus on, what do I want to put into a combo, and how can I do that. And this leads me down just an hour or 3 hour long like training arc, figuring out what moves work, what moves don't. Like Dante in specific, man, it's a lot is what I'm trying to say. How much more do you need is my question. This game was a labor of love, and I would like to take a moment to thank Itsuno, the director. He was the one who wanted to make this game. For us, not for himself. Itsuno gave us DMZ fans everything, and during his time at Capcom, he only kept getting shafted until he decided to quit. Itsuno, accompanied with a couple other Capcom veterans, have now their own studio, Lightspeed Studio. And I encourage you, dear viewer, to support whatever they have planned, because these are the types of devs that we should be supporting. While editing, I realized that Lightspeed Studio are the people who made that shitty Will Smith zombie game. I mean, they're going to need Itsuno if they're ever going to make a comeback, but still, it's not very promising, but, you know, glass half full. If this game is the last thing we get that's Devil May Cry, I wouldn't be too sad. But no, there's an anime. So I guess I'll shut up and eat my slop. Because that's all I get. That's all I have. It is also at this moment during editing that I found out I completely forgot to put a specific game into this video, which was Wonderful 101. That game was supposed to get covered 3 games ago. I'm not re-editing the video to put it in. Just wait for the Wonderful 101 video like a year from now. Remember when I brought up Vanquish? Imagine if we combined Vanquish, a tiny bit of fucking Mario 64, and DMC, and stirred until thoroughly mixed. We get this fucking shit! ULTRAKILL is beyond my understanding, because I can't play it. Like, this isn't even my footage. I cannot be this good at shooters. It is also extremely important in my eyes because before this game came out, I don't think developers, specifically indie developers, really went all out creatively. It opened a lot of eyes, so much so that nowadays 60% of games bought on Steam are indie titles, or at least non-AAA games. ULTRAKILL sort of paved the way for a lot of games to come, It had such an amazing effect on the industry, I feel. Maybe there was more games that had this wacky gameplay first, everything else last to it on PC before, but I think this game really popularized it. This game is all about killing demons and doing it in a variety of ways. Shoot a bullet into a coin to ricochet, shoot a railgun into a coin to ricochet, parry the enemy's shots with your fist, parry your own shots with your fist, use your fist as a shotgun. I think you get my point. Shit is zany as fuck. And it also has a style meter. So, this is a pretty fucking sick game. Play ULTRAKILL. It's pretty good.
Are you good at rhythm games? I'm not. I'm not at all.
This is indeed an evolution. Hi-Fi Rush not only demands that you are clean with your combat skills, but also wants you to be on beat, and it will grade you on it. This game has a really sweet art style to it. It's got good vibes, and I love the character designs and the enemy designs. How everything moves on beat, it's genuinely refreshing to see a vision come to life like this. I actually came to enjoy games with light and heavy attacks. They have allowed a lot of versatility for the devs to play around with combos. And Hi-Fi Rush also implements the Devil May Cry style delays in said combos, as well as air combos and launchers. And different types of supers and sidekicks. It feels really smooth to play around with. And it's this feeling of a really easy to pick up game, but you know, the complexity of being on rhythm makes it more difficult. This is just one of those games that feels good to play. It also just has a goofy and lovable cast. Even regular ass enemies are full of personality. The soundtrack obviously bangs, and the bosses. Rekka. I love you, Rekka. You can break me into 5 million pieces and I will still worship the floor you walk on, Rekka. Yeah, the bosses are actually a bit challenging and quite fun. 10 out of 10. I need to finish it, but it's already a certified classic. Nowadays, I feel like the character action game genre has made its mark on the industry. Maybe not the AAA industry, but indie games have kind of taken on the mantle. And I'm pretty sure a lot of indie developers have been influenced by games like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta or really God of War, any like action game with sauce, with the juice. They might not have style meters or as in-depth of a combo system, but they still have the soul of the character action games, which makes me happy. And I do hope that big production character action games still come out, but I still have a couple of games from this video that I have not finished yet. I know some of you guys were waiting for specific games to get covered, and don't worry, these guys will get their spot soon enough on the channel, but not yet. I still have some other projects I want to work on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I am very sorry about how long it took me to make this video. I got stuck with just life in general, and maybe I made some mistakes on how I approached it. So yeah, all of that took a lot out of me to actually finish it. I will try to make it up to you guys with more volume of videos. There's a few projects I have in mind. But for now, I must say thank you so much for watching yet again. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.